Welcome to part 2. Today, we're diving into what makes Neurophorol stand out as a scaffold concept in molecular design. We touched last time in part 1 of this subject on why scaffold design matters, but now it's time to unpack what actually changes when you switch up the scaffold itself.
Yeah, it's a crucial step, right? Because once you say structure matters, people naturally want to know, what's different here? And with Neurophorol, the difference is pretty fundamental. It's not just a tweak on the usual cannabinoid framework.
Exactly. Neurophorol uses a xanthine core scaffold instead of the traditional cannabinoid scaffold. And that's a big deal. When we say scaffold, we're talking about the core molecular framework, the backbone that defines the molecule's shape, how its parts connect, and ultimately how it behaves chemically and biologically.
Right, and that shift from a conventional scaffold to a xanthine core isn't just cosmetic. It's like changing the foundation of a building rather than just repainting the walls. The whole architecture changes.
I like that analogy, because molecular geometry, the three-dimensional arrangement of atoms, really dictates how a molecule interacts with biological targets. So if you change the scaffold, you're changing the spatial layout of functional groups, which can affect binding affinity, selectivity, even pharmacokinetics.
And that's why this isn't about just adding new features or substituents to an old framework. It's about rethinking the molecular blueprint itself. The xanthine core scaffold opens up molecular behaviors that might be inaccessible or less effective in the traditional cannabinoid setup.
So it's not incremental innovation, it's foundational innovation. Early-stage molecular design often needs this kind of leap, rethinking the core structure rather than just tweaking the edges.
Absolutely, and that's what Neurophorol exemplifies. By changing the molecular foundation, it sets the stage for new pharmacological profiles or improved efficacy that incremental changes just can't achieve.
It also challenges researchers to explore new chemical spaces, right? Because sticking to conventional scaffolds can limit what you discover. But with a different core like xanthine, you're opening doors to novel interactions and potentially breakthrough therapies.
Yeah, and that's exciting because it pushes the field forward. It's a paradigm shift in cannabinoid research, moving beyond established frameworks to something structurally reimagined.
So to sum up, understanding scaffold design, and specifically what Neurophorol brings with its xanthine core, is key to appreciating where cannabinoid innovation is headed. It's about foundational redesign, not just feature addition.
Exactly. And that foundational change could unlock new molecular behaviors and therapeutic potentials that we haven't seen before.
Makes sense. It's a reminder that sometimes the right next step in innovation isn't about small improvements, but about changing the very ground you build on.
Well put. And that's why scaffold design really matters. It's the blueprint for everything that follows.
Thanks for joining us today. We'll keep exploring these kinds of innovations in future episodes.
Looking forward to it. Talk soon.